welcome everybody to week 3, Daryl.
Week 3.
Grit and grind, live at Rocky Mount Senior High.
Rocky Mount, you wasn't able to make it to the field?
Well, we wanted to switch up this
Yep.
week. You know, we said, hey, we've been on the field since season 2 last year.
Yep.
We looked at Rocky Mount, beautiful facility
Beautiful.
over here. We saw the bench.
Yes.
The gridiron
There it
monument.
is, right behind us.
We just said, hey, let's try to go up front this year, try something different this week.
All right, as shown, you talking about something different. This past week of football in our area has been crazy.
It has.
If you are a high school football fan and want to see some good football, you need to come to Nash County.
They're playing good
Because
football
there
in this
is
area.
3 teams in Nash County that are just scoring up a storm right now.
And one had a bye this week. Rocky
Yep.
Mount had a bye.
Rocky Mount had a bye, but Southern Nash, Northern Nash, at Nash Central, Bulldogs.
Tell me about Southern.
I'm just saying. So this past week, Southern played South Granville and put up 49 points, and 42 points, and scored 0. South Granville scored 0. Southern is right now has put up 81 points in 2 games. And
81.
81, and it's early in
Not
the season.
72.
Not 72.
Not 64.
Not 64.
Not 36.
81.
81 points.
81 points.
You hear that? 81 points.
But the thing about it, Sean, is Southern, for the first time in 2 games ever, 0 points by 2 opponents. They are starting off on defense. Nobody has scored on this team yet. And so putting up 81 points and not allowing your opponent to score at all, it's something special. And they got something going on good down there at Southern Nash. And
It's old school Southern Nash.
Old school Southern Nash football. And, I mean, they're definitely flexing their muscle on defense right now. So we got a lot to talk about with them. And tell me about Northern Nash.
Well, the Knights, you know, if you watch the pregame showdown,
Yep.
we said it. We both said it.
We said it.
If you want to catch the Knights, non-conference,
Yep.
right now they'll be working out the kinks. It'll be a chance to catch them, and you could get a good resume win, a good win on your resume,
yeah.
building for playoffs. Well, you know what you can do all that right
Well, I
now.
guess if you
You just
kick
throw that out the window.
Throw
Throw
that
it
out the window, because that ain't going to happen.
This Northern Nash team is looking like the Northern Nash team that went to the state championship last year. They have put over 100-some points right now in both games.
103 points in 2 games.
2 games.
2 games.
And 2 big wins.
2 big wins.
They went to hunt 48-13
Yep.
in Warrior Stadium.
Yep.
Coach Juan's team, Warrior Stadium, Mojo Pride, tough place to play in.
Yep.
They hosted Fight this week.
Yep.
Fight coming off 1-0 win against Bettyfield.
Yep.
They just pretty much told Fight 55-12.
55-12.
And once again, Coach Nelson boys over there, the Golden Demons, a good team.
A great team.
This Northern Nash team right now is clicking.
Yep.
Everything is working. And we getting ready as soon as we get in conference play. We're going to have some good football games.
We're going to have some good football games. And that Northern Nash team, like you said, Sean, they put up 103 points. This is the first time in over 20 years
that they
in
done
a
this.
2-game start that Northern Nash has put up that many points in 2 games.
And just in the Raleigh area in the top 25 poll, as of today, they're ranked number 3. But, of course, new rankings come out within the next 2 days.
Yep.
They can move up to either 2 or 1.
They can move up 2-1.
There's one more team over
One
here.
more team we got to talk about at Nash County.
Rocky Mount had a bye. They didn't play
Yep.
last week, but we got one last team.
And who's that team, Sean?
Well, that's the team, the Bulldogs.
They
of Nash
called you
Central.
out.
They called me
you
out. I told them, let me go ahead and clear the air. For the people who didn't watch last week, go back and please watch last week. I picked the Southwest Edgecombe Cougars to beat Nash Central.
Yep.
I said they were going to Cougar Town,
Yes,
USA.
you did.
Going to Pine
Yep.
Tops.
Yes, you did.
Going to Pine Tops, and that this would be a good game, a close game. But Nash Central pretty much just said, close, that's not our vocabulary.
That's not our vocabulary. And they took care of business, and Nash Central scored 56 points against Southwest Edgecombe. Last time they scored that many points, it was actually last season in the playoffs when they played North Johnson in the first round. They put up 60 points. But
Don't take this Southwest Edgecombe win lightly. If your people are saying with Southwest Edgecombe,
Right.
they've been up and down.
Yep.
I talked to 2 people that live in Pine Tops, and this Southwest Edgecombe team, if nobody gets hurt,
Yep.
they're already thinking playoffs now.
Yeah.
With the way this team is gelling.
Yeah.
So this is a big win for Nash
It's
Central.
a big win for Nash Central, and they let us know it was a big win because we got a little message on Instagram. And thank you out, Nash Central Athletic Department.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. But Sean, I just got to go back to these three teams in our area in 2 games have put up a total of 282 points,
And now they came
and
down
only giving up 59.
That's it.
That's it. So there is some good football being played in Nash County, and like we said, if you're in the area, if you want to go see some good games, these are some of the teams you want to go check out.
And another fun fact about Nash Central I saw.
Yeah.
Right now, as of today, with us recording this show, they're ranked 21 in the 2A state championship ranking. So they cracked the top 25, which, like I said, they probably will be moving up because some teams lost over the weekend.
Yeah, some
teams
lost
Friday night.
Yep.
And with that said, Darryl, let's go ahead and jump right into the show. Who was the Grit Player of the Week?
My Grit Player of the Week, and I was looking at one kid in Roanoke Rapids, and he definitely deserves it.
I've been seeing his name pop up.
I had to go with, and last week I went with a player from Southern Nash. And I'm honestly, Sean, I got to stay in Southern Nash. I got to stay at Southern Nash and go with Luke Faulkner, number 44, defensive player for Southern Nash. Against South Granville, they won 42-0. And Luke had a big part to do with that on defense. He had 2 sacks, 2 TFL tackles for loss, and 8 total tackles in the game. And also 2 rushing touchdowns on the offensive side.
So he was playing both sides of the ball.
He was playing both sides of the ball. So my Grit player for this week, second week of the season, goes to Luke Faulkner from Southern Nash. And Sean, who's that grind player of the week?
Well, the grind player this week, we're going to stay right here in Nash County.
Uh-oh.
I got to give it to him. I got 2 of them.
You got 2?
Because I found one and then found another one by finding one.
Okay.
And both of them hail from the dog pound.
Uh-oh, not the dog pound.
From the dog pound, Nash Central.
Okay.
The running back, number 11, James Rogers, 107 yards. Guess how many carries?
How many carries?
8 carries.
No.
So that means he was done. Second half, he was done running. You know, he told Coach Lee second half, I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week.
I'm going to drink some water, and I'm going to sit back and watch this game.
Drink some Gatorade.
Drink some Gatorade on sideline and watch this game.
I hear him.
107 yards rushing, 8 carries, 2 touchdowns. But when I found James Rogers, the running back, I found another kid in the dog pound.
Okay.
And, you know, this kid right here is very rarely one of them get the grind player of the week because they just do their job.
Right. They just go
They
out
only
there.
got one job to do.
One
you know
job to do.
You know what their job is?
What's that?
Kick the football.
That's it.
Just go out and kick
Just
it.
kick the football.
That's all his job is, kick the football.
That's it.
He's 5 for 5 in 2 games.
No.
Francis guys, 5 for 5 field goals. I mean, he hasn't missed one. I don't want to jinx him, but he hasn't missed one in the past 2 games.
5 for 5 is no. That's good.
That's good
Yeah,
in 2
good.
games. I mean, because his job, what's his job? Kick the football.
That's it.
We're going to put you in the right spot. You kick it and put it in the uprights. Give us 3 points, either give us an extra point.
That's it. So we got 2 grind players for 1 team.
From Nash Central.
From Nash Central.
Over these, I'm telling you.
All right.
You've been saying it. I won't say it, but he said it. What's your favorite motto about Nash Central? They doing what? Their campaign for what?
That campaign for Grit and Grind Nash County champs.
You've been saying it
I've
2
been
weeks.
saying it from pre-season show. Watch out for the Bulldogs.
And right now, we're seeing it.
And we're seeing it. So congratulations to both players, or 3 players.
3 players this week.
For the Grit player and the Grind player of the week.
Well, let's jump into these games of the week over here.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got 3 this week. 2 good ones in Nash County and 1 big one over there across the county line. And we're going to start with the big one across the county line, Darryl.
Okay.
Your favorite team,
Kemp Pride.
Kemp Pride, Northampton County. Big game between 2 rivalry schools in Gaston, North Carolina.
All right, Sean. So we got Kemp Pride coming in. They're coming in this game 0-2. They lost to Lakewood 50-7. Tough loss.
Very tough.
And, you know, that Coach Jones, is trying to get the guys ready to get pumped up for the game that's coming up this week because this is a rival game.
Just a rival game.
And, you know, as
schools not that far from each other.
Not far from each other. And if you're a Kemp Pride alum, you know, you want to have a good showing and stuff. So there's a lot of things on this team that Coach Jones got to get these players to get ready for. And one of the things is you want to play good, sound, clean football.
That's it.
And it goes back to what we said with Bun last week when they was playing. Who did Bun play last week? Was it Northampton?
Northampton County. That's it.
Northampton
Northampton County.
Is that these games are more of a measuring stick to see where you at
and where
get
you want
those
to go.
Small victories, where you want to go. And this is the same thing for Kent Pride. You know, you coming in playing a good team that is ready to play, and you also have to be ready to play. But you want to get those small victories. If it's that first down, if it's where your defense can get 3 and outs,
Right.
you know, it's those small victories that you want to see from your team. Who has that desire to be out there on the field to make a play? Those are the things. If you're just coaching staff for Kent Pride, is that you want to see to where you can build off down the road when you get in regular season play and start playing competition in your area and so forth. So for me, those are the keys for Kent Pride is just play hard. Just go out there.
Leave it on the field.
Leave it on the field. Play hard, but play clean and focused football. And if you can do that, you give yourself a chance. And so that's what I see for Kent Pride. What about you, Sean?
They got Northampton County, like
Yeah.
we said, big rivalry in Gaston County. Schools not there too far, they're close proximity to each other. Northampton coming in 2-0.
Yeah.
First game, 14-0, Roanoke Rapids. Second game on the road, 24-3 versus Bunn in Wildcat Stadium.
Yeah.
And me and Darryl have said this in previous seasons.
Yeah.
Tough place to play at in Bunn.
Yeah,
When
very
that crowd
tough.
gets going,
Very tough.
very tough place
You
to
get a
play
win
at.
in Bud.
They dressed 38 players, but right now the key name for Northampton County is the quarterback. Terrell Banks, 82 yards last game. Xavier Sneed, the running back, 45 yards. Jameer Blake, 48 yards receiving, so they're playing balanced football right now.
Mhm.
They also got tackles. They got Keyshawn Deloach, 6 tackles. And then the quarterback, Terrell Banks, he plays defense, 6 tackles. So this team is only giving up 3 points in 2 games.
Mm.
They're finding their stride. And if you're Northampton County, you're
Yeah.
leading the conference right now, 2-0. Everybody else is 1-1. But you got some big games
Yeah.
coming up in conference that could change some things.
Yeah.
They got a WPA team in that conference. Big win last week in East Columbus. They got a Southeast Halifax team. A big win last week.
Mm.
So if you're in Northampton, you want to keep yourself ahead where these other teams, you got Warren County in that
Yeah.
conference.
You
They
got,
0-2.
you got Warren County.
They 0-2, but they
Yeah.
can change things around.
Right.
If you're Northampton County, you want to keep yourself ahead where these teams are always playing catch up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a big game for them. If I'm Northampton, you just want to stay in the game. The past 2 teams they played, they put up 102 points the past 2 games. And you just want to go out there, play your best game against your
That's
rival.
it.
Because it's a rival game.
It's a rival game.
And emotion's going to be high.
Yeah.
And if Kent Pride scores a few touchdowns and builds some confidence, you start to lose a little confidence.
That's what I'm gonna say. You start losing a little confidence, and
Anything can happen on a
Right.
Friday night.
that's it.
So I got my pick for this game, but we'll do it in a quick pick. But if you're Northampton County, it goes back to what we say. You just want to go out there, do your job,
That's it.
take care of business.
And take care of business.
Well, let's jump over to our next game over
Oh.
here in our conference.
That's it.
3 games of the week this week. This is the second one. Wilson Fight, 1-1.
Yep.
Southern Dash, 2-0.
2-0. So you talking about a 2-0 Southern Nash, and we talked a little bit earlier about Southern Nash. And right now, Southern Nash is 2-0. They coming into this game. I mean, again, this defense has not allowed a touchdown or score at all.
Old
In
school
2
Firebird
games.
football.
And this is the first time that has happened. And I looked at the records and I couldn't find it. I
And
couldn't find the first time they've started a season where they have not allowed a score in 2 games.
Southern Dash did say something before you keep going there.
Yeah.
You know what they told me when I saw them down in Bailey?
What they tell you?
2 weeks, we have not been the game of the week, and our name has not been brought up on the
And-
show except pick. So here it is.
Here it is, the game of the week. So for Southern Nash, the keys that I see for this, it starts again on defense. I mean, you got Malik Dobbins, the middle linebacker. You got Richardson. You got Joyner. You got Whitaker. These guys got to continue to play football like they've been playing. Faulkner as well is on defense, and continue to do what they've been doing. Do your job, focus defense, tighten it in, and then on offense, I mean, it's who you want to run the ball tonight. That's where you
That's
at.
pretty
You got Mitchell, you got Tucker, you got Hines, you even got Faulkner running the ball. So you got 4 running backs that can come in the game, and each one of them has different styles of running.
Their first game was against their rival, Bedingfield, 21-20. That's the game that I'm going to go back to when I talk about this fight team.
Mhm.
Next game, last week, in Death Valley,
Yep.
Northern Nash, 55-12. Fight has not, to me, gotten over that 20-point unanswered second half by
Yeah,
Bedingfield.
that's what I was gonna say. They
They
still
haven't got over
they
it
still
yet.
haven't gotten
I
over
think
that
it's
game.
still in the back of their memory.
Yeah.
And then after that, you won a game, 1-point win. You went to Death Valley. Northern Nash did what they do.
Yep.
But if you fight, Darren, I got to borrow your sentence that you say.
Mm-hmm.
If you fight, you take that Betterfield tape.
Yeah.
You take that Northern Nash tape.
And what do you do with it?
You watch them.
Yep.
What you do? You learn from your
Yep.
mistakes.
That's it.
And then what you do to both
You
those
burn
tapes?
that tape.
You burn them.
You burn them tapes.
And you say, we got to start over now, week
Yeah.
3.
Week 3 start
Whatever
over.
happened in week 1, we got to win.
Mhm.
What happened in week 2, we had a blowout loss. We got to put that behind us.
Yeah.
Because if it's fight right now, it's no time. I mean, that's
Yeah.
my motto for the Demons now.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to the Golden Demons. It's no time to play around.
Right.
They got a good team. Josiah Artis, 80 yards. DJ Jones, receiving 68 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Bud Woodard, 67 yards. Linebacker Roderick Barnes Jr., 13 tackles. One of my old players I had in Pee Wee, Cameron Barbie, 8 tackles. I'm talking to the Golden Demons.
Yeah.
You got to get going because after this, when you go into conference play, you got West Johnson, 2-0. South Johnson, 1-1. Triple S,
Yeah.
0-2, but they're a good team.
That's what I can say. That's a good team.
ACOT, 2-0. Eastern Wake, 0-2. You don't know where they can be in conference play. Then you got Hunt, 1-1. Then you got another team in that conference that's 2-0, Southern Wayne, and we talked about them that this one could read on the not tailgate show on Inventory Monday last season. That if you're Southern Wayne, you want to rebuild and get back to your old ways.
Yeah.
They 2-0. So if you fight, it's gonna go back to what I said. It's no time to play around.
Right.
You gotta get focused. You gotta get set. Cause you got a big game that can be a resume builder for the remainder of your season.
And that's what you want if you fight.
And that's what you want. Well, Darryl, we're going to jump over to our next game over here, our next game of the week.
All right. And this is the big game of the week for us.
Northern Dash. And who they got this week?
They got J.H. Rose.
4A?
out of Greenville, North Carolina.
3A.
All right. So J.H. Rose comes into this game 1-1. They lost to Northeastern last week, 35-40. But prior to that, they beat a good New Hanover team, 47-23. So this J.H. Rose team is good.
It's good.
And they can score.
And James Rose 3A. I just thought about 3A.
And they can score. And they got some key players on offense that I was looking at. You got Jason Shepard, Jameer Roach, Jalen Levette, on offense. And then on defense, you got Peyton and Daniels and Mayo and Warren. And those guys have played good ball. And even in that Northeastern loss, I mean, you only lost by 5 points.
That's it.
And you was in the game.
The entire game.
In the entire game. And so Northern Nash is playing a good team. And this team last year was that stepping stone for Northern Nash because I think at the time Northern was 2-0 or 3-0.
Right.
And then it was actually, if they won this game, would have been the first time that they went 4-0
That's right.
in the regular season. And they haven't beat J.H. Rose in a while. And so it's right back. J.H. Rose remember that loss from last year.
That's
And
it.
so this team is going to come in focused, and they got some ballers on this team that can score and that can play some good defense. And they played 2 good teams, and that's the key. You played 2 good teams early in Northeastern and New Hanover, and you won one and lost one, close loss. So this is a good J.H. Rose team. I'm just going to put it out that this is a good team.
Don't let the 1-1 record fool you.
Don't let that fool you at all, because these kids are capable and able to score and stop you on defense. So it's going to be a good game. I got my pick, but it's going to be a good game. So tell me more about Northern Nash.
Everything, I said it at the beginning of the show, I will say it again. Everything about the Knights of Northern Nash that we said in the preseason tailgate show, throw it out the window.
Throw it out.
It's gone.
It's out the window. We said jump on them early.
And they are jumping on other teams early.
Jumping on everybody else early.
They are, in the famous words of Dennis Green, Coach Dennis Green, they are who we thought they were. They are the real deal. 103 points in 2 games.
Yep.
They only allow 25 points.
Only 25.
And it goes back to those same names that were juniors last year that we saw, cranking up.
Yep.
Randall King,
Yep.
108 yards receiving.
Mm-hmm.
DeJuan Mitchell, 131 yards rushing. Azure Lauren, 95 yards rushing. Brian Strickland, 66 yards. First win, we ain't got to go. 48-13. Fight, 55-12. But this is if you're Northern Nash. This is what I want to focus on right here.
Okay.
Now we're going to get to the bread of this breakdown.
All right.
1-1 James Rose this week.
Yep.
After that, 1-1 D.H. Conley.
That's going to be tough.
Week off.
Yep.
Then you got 0-2 Boone. You don't know where Bun could be at
Right.
when you get to this game.
That's it.
Bun could be 2-2.
Could be.
Then you got Roanoke Rapids, 0-2, another team.
Yeah.
You don't know where the Yellow Jackets could be at when you get to this game. But here's the game that I want to highlight
All right.
after Roanoke Rapids. Right now they're 2-0. You got a Nash Central team. And I think this game gonna be at the Dog Pound.
I think it's at the Dog Pound. Yep.
That's gonna be
That's gonna be a
that's
tough
gonna
game.
be
So
if you're Northern Nash, you want to stay focused.
yeah.
Because between this little stretch between Rose, Conley, week out by week, Bun and Roanoke Rapids,
Yeah.
you want to come in that Nash Central game either undefeated or either with one loss.
Right.
That's gonna be a big
Because
game.
the Nash Central's gonna be waiting for you.
Nash Central, I think, has
They
got that
gonna
game
be
highlighted.
sitting there
saying,
waiting for you. And so yeah, if you're Northern Nash, this game that you're playing against J.H. Rose is a big game because you want to be able to keep that
Keep that
stride,
momentum
that
going.
momentum going.
And you know, and I keep saying, I'm gonna go back to it. Something about that Bun game. It could be a Northern Nash blowout, but that could be a trap game.
It could be a
Because you're
trap.
coming off a bye.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that more when we get to
Yeah.
that week. So Northern Nash, you just want to stay focused and keep doing what you're doing.
Yep, that's it.
Well, let's jump over to our favorite segment of the day, the 5-minute quick.
5-minute
pick,
quick pick.
Let's start with 8-man football, like
All right,
always.
Let's go ahead and get started.
0-2 Rocky Mount Academy versus playing their first game of this season, Marine Baptist. Marine Baptist.
I'm going Rocky Mount Academy. I'm
I think-
sticking with it. I know they 0-2, but I think I see
This
a
is Baptist
turnaround.
game.
I'm going Rocky Mount Academy.
I'm going RMA, Rocky Mount Academy. 0-1 Faith Christian versus another team playing their first game of this season, Liberty Christian Academy.
I might go with Liberty Christian.
You want Liberty
I'm
Christian?
going Liberty Christian. First game of the season. These guys are pumped up. They're ready to play.
They missed 2 weeks of
They
football.
missed 2 weeks of football.
So
I'm
they're
going-
itching right now.
I'm going Liberty Christian.
I think I'm going to go with you, Liberty Christian, on that. 1-1 Wayne Central versus 0-2 Spring Creek. Big little rivalry down there in Wayne County.
Yeah, I'm going Wayne Christian.
I'm going Wayne Christian. 1-0 Howard coming off their inaugural win against CCS
Yep.
2 weeks ago, playing a tough game. 2-0 Halifax Academy. Tough
That's
game.
gonna be tough.
That's tough game.
This gonna be my upset pick. I'm going Howard. I'm going Howard. We said in the preseason show if they could just get one win, that's the whole season.
That's the whole
Now
season.
I'm saying if they get 2 wins,
That's not even more.
that's even more. I'm going Howard.
I had Halifax Academy picked, but I'm like you, Daryl. Every time I look at this game,
Yep.
I just get something in my gut to keep saying Howard's going to shock the world.
Yeah, I'm going Howard.
I'm
yeah.
going Howard on that. 1-1 CCS coming off a big win last week against 1-0 Hogarth Charter. I'm taking Cyclone CCS.
Yeah, I'm going CCS on that as well.
Let's jump in Franklin County. 0-2 Bun versus 1-1 Granville Central.
Ooh, that Bun team. I still feel good about Bun.
I feel
though.
good about it. They only put up 3
Yeah,
points against
that's
North
the only
Hampton.
thing.
feel
I think
good.
Bun is getting his stride. It's coming along. I'm gonna go Bun. I'm gonna go Bun. I'm gonna go Bun.
I'm going to take Granville Central. 0-2 Franklinton Rams versus the 0-1 Warriors of Lewisburg. Big rivalry, Franklin County.
That
big
is
rivalry.
a big rival in Franklin County. I'm going Franklinton on this one.
I'm going Franklinton.
Yeah,
I think the
I'm gonna
Rams
go
are ready.
Yeah,
They
I'm gonna
had
go
a
Franklinton.
close game against South Central, 14-6.
Yep.
I think now they find the stride.
Yep.
Let's go to Edgecombe County, Daryl. 0-1 North Edgecombe, the Warriors versus 2-0 Vikings of Tarboro. You don't got to think hard on this,
Yeah,
do
I'm
you?
going Tarboro.
I'm going Tarboro.
Yeah, I think unfortunately after my upset pick last time against Tarboro, that Rocky Mount was gonna beat them. Tarboro said no. So I'm going Tarboro.
Tarboro, easy
Yeah,
pick.
easy pick on that.
1-1 Cougars of Southwest Edgecombe coming off a big loss at
Yeah.
home. On the road against 0-2 Eastern Wayne. The Warriors of Eastern Wayne.
I'm going Southwest.
I got to go
Yeah, I'm
Southwest.
going Southwest. on this.
SWE. Let's jump over to Wilson Wayne and North Johnson Advanced County, Daryl. 1-1 WPA, the Tigers of Wilson Prep Academy. Conference game right here.
Okay.
0-2 Eagles of Warren County. In Warren County.
Yeah, Warren County. I'm going Warren County.
I'm going Tigers.
Yeah, I'm going Warren County on this.
All right, JJ, make my pick cut of truth. 2-0 ACOT versus 0-2 North Lenore. Hawks of North Lenore 0-2. Colden Falcons of ACOT 2-0. Easy pick for me.
Yeah.
Air raid always keep rolling.
That is.
2-0
ACOT.
ACOT. Shocker team of the whole conference.
All right. What we got?
2-0 Panthers of North Johnson. Nobody saw this coming.
No.
Versus 1-1 Midway.
I'm gonna go North Johnson.
I'm going North Johnson. 2-0 Vipers of Vance County versus 1-1 Orange County. Vipers of Vance County.
You going Vance County? I'm going Orange. I'm going Orange on this one.
Let's jump over to Halifax before we get ready to get to our games of the week in Nash County.
All right.
0-2 Roanoke Rapids versus 1-0 Pine Lake Prep. I like the name. Give me Pine Lake
That's
Prep.
all I can say. I think I like the name. I'm going Pine Lake Prep as well.
Rival game over there in Halifax County. 0-2 Northwest Halifax, the Vikings versus the 1-1 Southeast Halifax Trojans.
I'm going to go Southeast.
I'm going Trojans, Southeast.
Yeah.
East Wake. 1-1 Wake Forest versus 2-0 Southeastern Raleigh. Big game in Wake County.
I'm going Wake Forest.
I'm going Cold Red to Wake
Yeah,
Forest.
Wake Forest on that.
1-1 Roseville versus 0-2 East Wake. That's a rivalry over there. Rams of Roseville.
Yeah, Roseville.
1-1 Knightdale Knights versus 0-2 South of Granville. Easy one for me. Knights of Knightdale.
Yeah, I'm going to go Knightdale on that with you.
1-1 Corf Holders versus 1-1 South Johnson. Good game between the Pirates and the Trojans, I believe.
Ooh, I'm going to go South Johnson.
I'm taking some. No, I'm gonna go Pirates Corf Holders on the upset. Pirates Corf Holders on the upset. Let's jump over to Nash County. Let's do the games of the week.
All right, here we go.
0-1 Rocky Mount Prep, the Jaguars versus Weldon, playing their first game of the season, the Chargers.
Ooh. I'm going to stick with Rocky Mount Prep.
You sticking
I'm
with Prep?
sticking with Prep for Rocky. Yeah,
I'm
Rocky
taking
Mount Prep.
Weldon on this one. This is gonna be a hard one right for me to pick.
All right.
1-0 Homes.
Okay.
Hosted the 0-1 Grip Falls of Rocky Mount. Right here, Rocky
I think
Mount's
Rocky Mount's going to bounce back from that loss against Tarboro. They had a week to recover,
and prepare.
to prepare, get things in order. I'm going Rocky Mount Griffons. Yeah, I'm going Rocky Mount.
I'll take Griffons on the upset. I'm right here. I got the Griffons beside me. I'll take Griffons on the upset.
All right.
2-0 Bulldogs in Nash Central. Going down to Wayne County to play the 0-2 Goldsboro High.
I think Nassau is going to continue to do what they've been doing. They are a team that is definitely focused.
They focus.
And
They're locked in.
they own that campaign. I'm still going to say it. Nash Central is on the grit and grind Nash County champ campaign. And they taking that campaign trip down to Goldsboro.
They're going to Wayne County.
Going to Wayne County. I'm going Nash Central.
I'm not going to go against the Bulldogs this week. The Bulldogs are going to run through Goldsboro. I'm not going to say that on the campaign because my pick was Southern to win the Greek Grind Trophy. But right now, the way that team is playing, it's hard not to pick against them.
That's it.
Let's jump over to our games of the week right here, Darren. Let's start with our first one. 2-0 Northampton versus 0-2 Kemp Pride.
Again, I like Kemp Pride. I like the name.
You like the name?
Yeah. But it's going to be a tough game for Kemp Pride.
It is.
With the loss they had last week. So, yeah, I might have to go against Kemp Pride on this one. Northampton County.
I got to go Northampton County on this one. 2-0 Southern Nash versus 1-1 Fight.
Again, I'm going to stick with Southern Nash. The defense is just playing lights out right now, and then they are able to score on top of that. And you got 4 guys on offense that can score any time. I'm going Southern Nash on this.
I got to go Firebirds. They continue their campaign to be the grit and grind Nash County champ. Game of the week.
Game of the week.
2-0 Knights of Northern Nash. Going on the road, right?
On the road.
On the road to Greenville, North Carolina, to play the Ramparts of J.H. Rose.
Tough game.
Tough game.
Yeah.
Big stadium.
Yeah.
Big football. Everybody in Greenville shows up to J.H. Rose games if you never been down there.
It's going to be a big time game for Northern
This
Nash.
is big.
But Northern Nash has proven they have gone through that with last season and even the season before last, that they are capable and more than able to take care of business in big environments. I'm going to go Northern Nash on this.
Northern Nash taking the trip down to Greenville, and they come back with the payday and the bag in their hand.
Yep.
They get a big win in Rampart Stadium down there at J.H. Rose. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to Week 3 of the Grit and Grind on Studio 67 NCC and Channel 19.
Yep, and we want to thank Rocky Mount.
That's
for
right,
hosting
Grip
us.
House for hosting us. And don't forget, you can see our picks in this week's edition of the Nashville Graphic.
Yep, in the graphic.
So our picks will be in the graphics, and you may want to see who we pick. Picks could change.
Yep.
And we will see you next week better than ever on the Grit and Grind Sports Show podcast and Nash Central. We'll be in the Dog Pound next week.
Dog Pound next week.
Will be our host. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to Channel 19 and Studio 67 NCC. And as always, Darryl, you have the grit.
And do you have the grind?
And we'll see you next week on the Grit and Grind Sports Show podcast.